All right, Lauren, welcome to episode something of Room 77 podcast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the topic that nobody ever touches in the lifestyle, penis size. We're also going to talk to our Patreons and hear about the interesting things like photos and profiles, mistakes that we've been making over the past 20 years, and how we're opening our own swinger lifestyle site and what we're going to be doing there with our photos. Do what we say, Lauren, not what we do.
Okay.
Just watch me.
All right, Lauren, welcome back. How are you? You look exhausted and tan. You look exhausted. Well, we have less than 2 weeks to flirtation. So while this is airing, there is a good chance that you will have several men on top of you. While people are listening to this, while they're driving their gym, people could be filled with several penises and boobs on your face.
I was going to say, and ladies, I don't discriminate.
Yeah, you could be pegging guys. You could be on a St. Andrew's cross. Yeah. You could be in a pool or a Mexican prison. I mean, who knows how this is going to go. But that could be happening while people are listening to this. That's all I'm saying. And that's why you look exhausted, like a mirror of myself, because I too am exhausted.
Yeah, takeovers are hard.
Yeah, I've aged 4 or 5 decades just in the past couple of months. But other than that, how are you?
I'm actually really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you?
You know, I've been better.
Yeah,
I've been better. You know, everything I just said. It's a lot of work. And speaking of work, it is not easy being the top educators online. This is as far as ASA goes, AmericanSwingersAssociation.com.
Yeah, the award.
And this episode is about taking the 2 decades of whoring and giving back. I don't mean like we're going to be giving them a rash or anything disgusting that they might need antibiotics for.
Right.
I mean giving back some knowledge about all of the things that we have done in the past. Also, we as a community of content Creducators, hashtag Creducators, Creducators. That's what we are.
I love it.
Hashtag tenure, because that's what we have in 20 years. These other ones out there, they don't get a pension like we do.
No.
Yeah, we do through ASA.
Yes, because we're part of it.
That's what this episode is going to be about. It's about the 20 years of being in the lifestyle and the things that we've done oh so wrong and the things that existed way back then and the things that still exist today. Some things never change. I don't care if they are the swingers that are 20 that don't call themselves swingers. And like I've said before, you know, they keep trying to change the name. Good luck. Good luck. We did it too. Come up with a better name. We're all on board. Do it. We all tried it.
The best we came up with was lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay. You're going to use open. We tried that too. But now there's a lot of pansexual, poly. There's a lot of things out there. The problem isn't so much the labeling, it's the syllables. You know, people just want to be able to say LS, they want to be able to say swingers, they want to be able to bring it out in a word that doesn't make people go, huh? That's the reaction you're not looking for. I'm in the lifestyle. Wow. Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm pansexual. Okay. So what do you
want to go home with us, or is that a no?
Is that a no? What?
Jacuzzi?
Yeah, I respect you. I respect all your things. I just don't have my book on me right now.
Definition.
And I can't. Yeah, not everybody is up with the lingo, so it's hard to use these labels.
Here's a small pamphlet.
Yeah, that's what we need. And nobody wants a pamphlet. What do they want to do? They want to go to a party and they want to fuck. That's basically what people want to do. So it's like, do you like sex? Yes. And you and your wife are open? Yes. Okay. We're all the same. We just have more wrinkles than you. So what we did is we took the lovely Patreons that support us and pay our electric bill. Then we put them in a group. We tied them up. We made them answer questions. We made them stare at us in a group chat.
In a fancy Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. And we just talked about these things and we got their input on a lot of these questions. And that's coming up later. But first, I wanted to start with an email that you received that you came to me and you were like, hey, I just got this email. Check out this couple, because that's how it started. I'm like, what did they email about? And then I went in and I read the profile and I'm like, hi. Who are you people? So tell us what happened.
On Cassidy, this couple called Sex Trophies.
By the way, if you want to go see Sex Trophies, you can sign up through us, right?
Yeah, go to our website, click the link, and sign up, go to see us and Sex Trophies.
Yeah, and you get a free month. Now, what do they want to be called? Because they don't... Bartholomew, what is the name?
Broomhilda?
Broomhilda.
And I forgot the other one. I was just going with Sex Trophies.
Sex Trophies. You tell me about their website. Did you want to read their email?
I think I should.
Okay, read it.
Yeah, the subject was Weird Lauren Question, which I don't usually see my name in the subject. So I was like, wait, what? And it says, hey, sexies, we were listening to your podcast this morning, which is what we do every morning. And it struck a chord with a recent experience we just had, which led to a question. So this last weekend, we played with this couple. They are new. We're kind of new, but we've moved quickly through the LS rank in terms of comfort level. I, Mr., am talking to the lady and she's talking about how she loves these huge dildos and had tons of huge cocks, etc. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, she'll be able to take me. This will be great. So Sex Trophies has got like a really large thing.
Yeah, it was the first thing I checked out.
Well, we get into it and pretty quickly I'm seeing this gal do Lamaze breathing like ladies doing childbirth. I ask her if she's enjoying it and she's nice and says, oh yes, but her face, labored breathing and general body language indicate that she's actually enduring something versus enjoying something. So out of concern, I just come really quick and we do other stuff. Bummer is this is not my first experience like this. I wasn't very sexually active prior to marriage and my wife has had several kids and accommodates me just fine. But on the podcast, Lauren was saying how she has a small pussy, which is terrible because I had a fantasy of one day fucking Lauren. But alas, it seems doomed to fantasy land. But the question is, when you guys run into a large cock, does she actually fuck it or just do other fun things with it? Any recommendations for someone in my position? I thought being endowed would be an asset to the LS, but I'm finding it may not be the case. By the way, I never go in cold. I warm them up. I warm them up, eat them out, get them coming a time or two, and then it just goes south for them and eventually me.
Yeah. Yeah, he warms them up with a little space heater. And no, I looked over that. First of all, I read all of the interactions. They're very funny people. I looked at the photos and I'm like, yes, please.
Because you love it.
Yeah, I love it, which we'll get into
into
a second. The woman inside of me comes out. First of all, he says, when we run into large penises, what we usually do is trip over them and accidentally fall onto them. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, oops, you're inside of me. That usually works best. I think this is a really great subject. And I had promised that we would leave big penises off the table for a while because we talk about it so much. People talk about it so much, talk about size so much. But it is the universal question usually for guys. I mean, in the world, we usually have that question of, in life, why do we exist? And for men, right underneath that is my penis big enough? It's literally...
I believe it.
It's number 2.
Yeah.
So I have a lot to say about this, obviously, but tell them, in your experience, tell them first of all what your answer was, because we've been through this. And what was your answer?
I said his chances are pretty good. I do fuck the bigger cocks.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I do it is because it's a turn on for you. I don't necessarily am like, yes, the bigger, the better. And it's taken me definitely some experience. It's sort of, I feel like it's sort of like anal, like you have to practice a little bit.
Yeah, you got to practice that a little more, just on a side note, but go on.
Yeah. And also like anal lube.
Right.
It doesn't work if it's, like he said, if you're cold, going in cold, if you're going in without lube. So I'm talking about me personally. This is just my preference. It's something that for the situation, for my mind fucking,
I mean like your preference, meaning there are some women out there who just love giant cocks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there are some women out there who are like, don't get that thing near me.
Yeah, I'm like, I fucked that or something similar to that. And they're like, I can't get it. I would never.
For your preference, it is not something that you see a giant. I'm just trying to clarify this for the men, because they're sticking their earbuds closer into their ears because these are really important
words.
Answers for them.
Okay.
You're not looking at a cock and going, I'm not having sex with that because it is not the right size.
No.
Right.
No.
But there are, you would say, some women out there who do say, I'm not having sex with that because it is not the right size.
Yeah, I know there
So
are.
both exist in this world.
Absolutely.
Okay, Your Honor.
Rest my case.
Well, I don't rest my case. Back to the prosecutor, whatever. All right. So go on. So you're saying that it is more for me.
Yeah, when I do it, it's definitely for a performance aspect for it. There are women out there who like to feel full. And this goes back to our recent experience when we tried the DVP.
Right.
And it was that to get that same sensation, that full feeling. And it's not for me.
It will be. We'll get there.
You could do it.
In fact, I think this is the couple that we're going to do it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't get just his in, then I don't know what double would be.
We'll figure it out.
Oh my God. Epidural. So for me, I have a smaller than normal vagina. Everyone knows that. It's not easy and it's not easy for me to take the bigger cocks. However,
right.
There's ways that I like to do it.
Well, what is the problem with it?
Well,
why was this woman making grimacing faces like she was giving birth?
There's a pressure, a pain that's associated with it. I don't know how much lube they were using, but that is something that I'm always running into. Like, I'm like, where's the lube? Lube, 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 lube.
Right. Especially if there's a condom involved.
Oh my God. If there's condoms, you have to use it. I mean, you guys get to take blue pills and inject your dicks with stuff.
Don't you dare use any lube.
Yeah, fuck that.
What, am
ladies?
I not good enough to get you wet? I'm not, it's just me alone.
Yeah, it's you.
I'm not good enough to get you wet.
You sucked at going down on me.
Asshole, you just took 2 blue pills and shot your dick out with a needle. Can't put a little drip on my quick clip? Come on.
No.
No, you should be able to use all the lube you want. This is why, as the number one content Creducators, I tell everyone to go bareback.
Yeah.
I just
such a great advice, Richard.
It's safe if you just do it and then murder them afterwards. This way, they don't spread the disease. This is how we do it. We have a backyard filled with bodies. Oh my God. Well, I'm just saying that's the only way you can safely go bareback. You don't spread anything because then they can't go out there and spread it to other people.
Well,
if you want to look us up and have a date with us, come over. Bareback sex and then death. You come out of that disease free. That's the positive.
Yeah.
By the way, no disease. If you've even had one before
gone.
that. Yeah. Even
It's
cancer. Done. Done. You don't have it anymore.
Done.
Because you're in the backyard. Oh God. I'm not saying it's right. I'm
Right.
just saying it's easier.
It is easier.
Right.
If you think about like being married to that, you're completely comfortable. You know what it feels like. You don't have any stress because it's your husband.
Right.
And you're not new. And then you get in a foursome situation. It's a brand new person. I've never felt it before. You put it inside my teeny tiny vagina.
Yeah.
And
by the way, guys love hearing teeny tiny vagina.
and my face does something. And I'm like, and then I see his face react to my face. And then I stress. And then I get anxiety. And I know when I get anxiety that I start to dry up. So then I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm dry. And then I need lube. And then I'm trying to give you the eye, like, get the lube down there. And then I just have to say, like, get lube. And then my anxiety goes again and it raises up again. And then it's just all the things can like literally just start piling on top of each other.
Yeah, there's really a lot of different situations. Like if I
just got stressed.
I know. When you start having sex with other guys, no matter how big or small they are, it doesn't really matter. You can start drying up over the smallest amount of anxiety, right? And then I could enter you with my tiny penis and you could immediately start getting wet again. I know already that if you smoked a little pot and this couple, what are their names again? Sex trophies. Sex trophies. Mm-hmm. Sex trophies. They look like big drug addicts.
Yeah,
so
huge.
They could have been high at the time, and she could have been drunk. There could be a million different reasons why. I think it's very, very specific to the woman. I agree with that. I can say this for the guys out there who are not well endowed. For my wife over the past 20 years or so, anytime that you have had sex with a gigantic cock, it has been because of me.
Absolutely.
This goes back to years and years ago. Literally picked a guy up off the nude beach solely because he had a giant penis. I'm like, sir. He's like, yeah, can I help you? I'm like, you can help me. And you're like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, oh, you're having sex with this cock.
And I'm like, oh,
and you're like, I can't. I'm like, that is the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I need to see it inside of you.
We'll be right back.
Lauren, get off your phone.
I'm sorry, I just checked something.
Were you checking the new Patreons?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Patreons, people, we need your help. Please go over to Patreon and sign up. We need your support.
Patreon.com/room77.
This is what makes our podcast go thump, thump, thump. There's something wrong with one of the pistons. Go over there, join up, support us. It really, really helps. We don't make money in a lot of ways, but this is one of the ways, the most important way we do so. You can also go to the website, use Lauren's box to travel. Tell them a little bit about that, Lauren.
If you want to go to a lifestyle resort or you want to go to a vanilla resort, it doesn't matter. Reach out, book 5 nights at Desire Temptation, and I will give you a free bikini to go strut your stuff in, and you'll fit right in.
What kind of bikini, Lauren?
A bikini addiction bikini.
Oh my God, that sounds finger licking good.
It is, Richard.
Patreon.com. All of these wonderful people supported us this month, and we want to thank them.
R&H, One Life Make It Count, Sex Trophies, John, Andrea, Joey, Ghetto Cowboy, Doug Digs Her, Vicky S, RNA Sexy, and Chris.
Thank you, all of you, not only for what you do for us, but for what you do for the world, and also Sex Trophies and your giant penis. We hope to see you there next month in our Telegram group where mostly everyone shows their boobies. I don't know what it is. It's a sickness, Lauren. I'm sorry. But Daddy needs a fix.
It goes back to the whole thing of what we talked about in the last episode of it's like you want to...
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
Tune into the last episode. If this is the first episode of Room 77 that you listen to, welcome.
Go backwards.
Go back and listen to the last one where I talk about watching my wife. And then more and more, I mean, there's been so many. There's just a couple that stick out in my head that have been the size of my forearm. And still, I have an utter disregard to what it's going to feel like for you. I'm just like, just breathe. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, but you start talking to me, and that's what I enjoy. You're like, when it's compared to like a DVP where you're participating, I like where you're just talking to me and you're telling me what to do because it's a role play. Right. And that's what I am.
But I say this for the guys because at no point really have you ever looked at a guy and said, I want to do that guy because of how endowed he is.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's women out there that are like that. I know there are.
Yeah.
Right? They just don't approach me.
Stop it.
In that answer to the sex trophy people, in your answer, you alluded to the fact that you thought it was going to be a benefit that you're so...
Oh, yeah.
And it is. It really is. But let me tell you how this is a bit tricky, right? In Hollywood, having a giant head is really great.
Yeah, it looks good on camera.
It's great. It's most famous, uber famous people have large heads. They have melon heads. They just don't fit their body, right? And on screen... it photographs beautifully.
Right.
In life, you're just a guy with a giant head. It's just a talking point at dinner. You're like, your head is really unusually
I started doing that to people.
But it's a talking point, right? I mean, it's better than just sitting there and nobody talking to you. At least you have something to talk about.
Yeah.
But here's the important part, okay? In no way does that giant head make those actors a better actor. Ergo, in no way does that giant penis make them a better lover or make sex better. So it is interesting to say, wow, your head's huge, but it doesn't really translate into your large giant head.
I'm a better swinger because of it.
Yeah, I don't think the correlation to giant heads to Oscars really correlates. It's just giant heads to famous people correlate. And I'll say this.
People think that giant penises are better porn stars.
I mean, they photograph better. You just proved my point. Like large heads, if you just take large heads, which are the focal point of mainline movies,
right?
Now replace a head with a penis, which is what we're focusing on in porn, and make it larger. It reflects light better. Now you've just answered. You just proved my point.
Boom.
Which is why you put larger penises. They just look better. I still want one. It doesn't help me anyway. I'm still struggling inside emotionally. I say this also with a giant pair of titties. You go any lady or man nowadays. Listen, we're in a different age. Anybody walks into the room or by the pool. Anybody has a huge rack. You're like, oh my God.
People talk about it.
Oh my God.
Like, did you see?
I want to touch those titties. Right? I want to touch those titties. And I have seen and touched and have dealt with some huge titties in my life. In no point ever in my life has it ever made the sex better.
Yeah.
Ever. aesthetically, it's interesting, but there comes a point where you're like, I don't know what to do with these things. I don't know what to do.
Nap on them?
Yeah, they're kind of getting in the way in my face. It's great, but like, so there's a point where that trail off, right?
Yeah,
and to me, from what I've noticed, again, there is a trail off. Now, it's a great thing to have to talk about, to show off. It's a great talking point. Most of the time when you have a giant penis, men and women just want to touch it. I know I do. There's something about like a really great butt, a really great set of tits, and a really big penis. I just want to touch them. I'm obsessed with it. I Google it every day, hoping that when I type in, what is the average size of a penis, that the number is just going to change someday. And I'm going to go, oh, I'm above average. I'm above average now. But it doesn't happen. There's something about it. It doesn't transfer really to vaginas. It's not one of those things where you're like, oh, you really have a vagina that I want to touch.
No, I think it would be like translating to tits.
Yeah, it's tits, ass. Vaginas are not something that are usually like, oh, I got to go over there and touch that vagina. It's not usually, it's like ass, tits, right? Cocks. Women like touching chest, biceps, stomachs.
Yeah.
Guys like stomachs, traps.
I'm very into traps.
Right. Not a lot of guys say, I want to go over, not lick, I want to go over and touch that vagina.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
But I've heard a lot of women say, can I just hold it?
Can I touch it? You're welcome, guys, for objectifying you.
Oh, yeah.
Because
this
is how it feels.
This is, right. Step right up. Women have
been doing it to us for years.
Yes. Women have no problem objectifying men. I'm just going to hold it. Honey, go grab the phone. I'm going to do a selfie with this.
Richard, what are you doing? I'm just holding Peggy's tits.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch them. Okay, well, that seems weird, babe.
It seems weird. They just called security. Being that it is a benefit, okay? It's a benefit that you will get more attention. It's an icebreaker. It is a benefit in that you are more desired in a bunch of different ways just because it's something that some people want.
Yeah.
It's some people want. But when it comes to the bedroom, we have heard from every single person that has had a very large penis, it has been an issue because when they're not having sex with their partner, or even sometimes when they are having sex with their partner, we have heard things like, give my vagina a break. I have to take that every night. How do you think I feel? What else?
Yeah, I had one wife say that to me. She was like apologizing or something. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm objectifying. She's like, no, I'm glad I don't have to have sex with it right now or something like that. And I was like,
a few of the guys have been like, it's been kind of miserable. It's kind of miserable because I've never gotten great head in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I have to fuck every woman really, really slowly. Again, I'm sure there are some women out there who can take it hard and fast.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the norm. Outside of your partner anyway, who's probably learned to take it hard and fast. There are some women out there who are like, stop hitting my cervix.
Well, I think you have to have a really strong voice if you're going to do something like that. Like you shouldn't be, if they said they are new and the other couple was new. And I think being new in the lifestyle game, you just don't really know what your voice is yet. You're afraid to say like, I need lube, or you're afraid to say like, honey, I need a break. Can you tap them on the shoulder and tap in? Or you have to be able to communicate, like either talk dirty to me, grab my hair, grab my neck, and start slow, do lube, like where you can give him instructions on what feels good to you, or you can relay that to your husband and he can relay it, or however it has to. A space. Being new is hard to have that.
Do you want to blame this on sex trophies, the couples? Just blame it on them. Is it their fault
that he has a big penis?
I don't think it was his fault at all. I think they're new.
Yeah, they're new. They said it in the email, and the other couple,
they're new also,
was very new.
Oh,
and
right.
He was like, we've just progressed really quickly.
Oh, whores.
I know.
You know, one of the things that I know is that there is a lack of communication with the women communicating what they're feeling in the moment. You know,
we're afraid. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. We know not to.
What about building up confidence? There's nothing about hurting feelings.
Yeah.
What about building confidence?
I mean, when I was new, it was hard for me to communicate and trust that what I was going to say wasn't going to be laughed at. You know, just taken in a weird way, like, hey, can you go slower? Or I need more lube, to be like, going slower doesn't keep my dick hard. Or, like you just don't know when you trust your partner, it's different. And then when you jump into a foursome, you're scared to express what's really going on.
My favorite thing that you say to me is, get off, I've had enough. I'm done.
I'm tired.
And I'm like, I finished 5 minutes ago. I haven't been inside of you in the past 4 minutes.
I'm reading my phone. I don't know what you think.
I think that we should go to their city and slowly show them.
I think it's a service that and we could record it for the listener.
And this is what we should do. If you pay for our flights, if you are over endowed and you pay for our flights, Lauren will take you.
And Richard will talk her
and
through.
I will instruct you through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we did have one guy, which was actually...
Can I just finish my pitch, please?
Sorry.
I'm trying to get us free travel here, for fuck's sake. Okay?
Go ahead.
If you're over endowed and you're insecure about having sex and want to learn how to have sex with a small, tiny, tight vagina, you want to fly us per diem. 150 per day. Each? That's a lot.
I like expensive food.
Okay, so fly us in per diem, 150 food per day. Do we get that to put us up? 4-star?
Yeah,
4-star. Put us up 4-star. 150 per diem.
Something in a one bedroom.
One bedroom?
Yeah, we don't like to. We like to be able to close the door and have the price.
Something with a suite. In it. Yeah, maybe close access to downtown if we want to shop.
Some thrift shops.
You can book us and we'll come there and we will teach you how to put your oversized penis inside a tiny, tight little vagina. If that sounds like something you are interested in, please contact us. This is not prostitution. This is content educators. We're educating. This is a service.
It's a service.
Yeah.
It's part of ASA. ASA
This is ASA approved.
Yeah.
Means it's legal because they have a license and permits with the government.
Right.
From what I hear.
Unions or something.
They're regulated.
Yeah, of
by
course.
the FCC, I think. All right, so that's about it. What is their name again? Sex Trophies. It's just written out, Sex Trophies.
Yeah, it's all one word, I believe.
All right, I'm going to look at them again. Hold on the Google. All right, so I'm going to go on their website thing now and just look at them again. Sex Trophies.
Sex Trophies.
Jesus, the bodies on these people. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, God damn it.
Welcome to the lifestyle. I'm glad you joined.
Look at that. Look at this picture here. I mean, you can't really see it from where you're sitting. Don't come into my office. Okay. I mean, him entering her there. I mean, that's like a wiffle ball bat. Now I need to do this.
I know which picture you're talking about.
Yeah, Jesus. And their bodies are crazy. I mean, you know what? I wonder if we could pay them to be us. Just
like for
like
celebrity appearance.
No, just like this is Richard and Lauren, and then what we'll do is we'll fake an accident where we just something. I don't know. That's our new rules. We don't talk at events. We just nod, right? But so when they show up, it's them, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we just talk about we give fitness advice. You know what I mean? But it's just them. And
nutrition, what we're eating to stay in these great bodies.
They just don't talk at events. Mm-hmm. That's us now.
I love it.
Thank you, Sex Trophies. We appreciate it. And we hope you are inside of us soon. And we are inside of you. We are happy that we are able to help all of the men out there. We know that this question about size is something that is on nobody's mind when it comes to men, and something that I myself don't obsess about every day. I really do obsess about it.
I know you do.
I know, it's
I
horrible.
told you I was going to quit the lifestyle if you didn't stop
it's
complaining
hard.
about the size
especially
of your
now
penis.
because I'm doing a lot of videos for the takeover. So I've been watching 170 hours of porn to play on the big screens there. It's just difficult, man, because I'm looking at these giant cocks all the time. And you can't not feel insignificant. And I really, on a serious note, as a person, can people feel me inside? Like, I just don't, you're nodding like no. Like you're saying yes, but it looks like no.
No, I'm nodding and rolling and shaking because I've been dealing with this for 20 years.
I just don't know. I don't know if people, like, how could they take that but then feel me? Like, I don't know how that's possible.
Well, because it's a different sensation. One is like
boredom,
full, like pressure outwards.
And what would you describe my sensation as?
Yours is like when you tap me to wake up.
Oh, that's sexy.
It's like,
hold on. Let me change the profile now. If you've ever wanted to have sex like you were being woken up by a finger tap, then my husband is your man.
No, I meant because your penis is curved and taps the right spots. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
I'm just going to throw this out there because the event's coming up soon. I'm going to be meeting a lot of horny women. Mm-hmm. I just want to dry run.
Give it to me.
So what are you guys doing later? I wanted to know if you wanted my penis to gently tap you awake.
No, it's not gently. No, I don't think you should go with that. I don't think I gave you the right analogy.
By the way, I hope they're light sleepers because I can only tap them for like a minute.
Oh, God.
My old friend, but one of our first friends in the lifestyle said to us when we were brand new and we went to our first takeover in Cabo San Lucas, we were talking about penis sizes. And this really is about 20 years ago. And he was South African. Again, I'm not going to try to do that accent. But he said, Richard, crikey, mate. These blooming onions. Wait, that's not the right country at all, is it?
No, it's Australia.
Hey, Richie. I got a story for you.
Irish?
German.
Oh.
But he said, Richard, don't worry about the size of your penis. Women just want it hard. That is something to remember. So with that advice, go buy some Viagra and get out there. And don't forget to bring the lube for the ladies. What's going to turn them on the most is the confidence and the relaxation in their minds. Keep yourself hard by whatever means necessary, and you keep them wet by whatever means necessary.
Yes.
You will have a lot of fun.
And the stress goes away.
So no stigmas to anything. Don't take anything personally. We all have anxiety. Fight or flight shuts our bodies down. It just does. And it does weird things to our facial expressions. Don't try to be a mind reader. Keep the lube going and keep fucking that chicken. All right, Lauren, we have started. How are you feeling, my dear?
I'm just giggly. I love seeing all these people show up. It makes me happy.
There's a lot of people in our brand new studio 3.0.
Yes.
Where we built an entire stage that can hold up to 300 people. There's a line outside around the block, like the Chippendales back in the 80s. I say that because we just watched that series last night.
I was going to say it. I was like, no.
It's fresh in my mind.
It is mine too.
Very tragic story, by the way. Spoiler alert. But we are here in our studio, and we have a lot of our Patreons, our wonderful, wonderful Patreons that support us and pay our electricity and our bills and all of our things. And we're going to ask them some questions, and we're going to get inside of them.
In a mentally naughty way.
You and I have been doing the lifestyle for a long time, over 20 years now, of sexing everyone in the world. We've done everything right. I mean, looking back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you look back and you're like, that was a great choice.
Yeah,
I Smart choices.
Yeah. I look back on it and I'm like, I wouldn't change a thing. Everything, nailed it. Yeah. And what I think is most important is that we take that knowledge, we share it to those people who need it the most. Now, the thing that I think is incredible is in the days of now, in it's 2023. In 2023, I see the same shit that I have been seeing back in 1990 when I started this.
Right. Yeah.
Rick Astley and swinging. That's what I started. No, I think we started in 2003 about that. So it's been about 20 years, almost 20 years or so, right?
Yeah.
Was that your phone or was that your phone?
It ding? Mm-hmm. No, not my phone.
It might be our studio audience. The first thing that I wanted to start with is,
are you going to chew gum the whole time?
Are you going to nag on me the whole time?
I might, because you're not a professional gum chewer like I am.
Throw my gum away.
Just put it to the side.
God.
Do a quarter piece if you can. Oh, that looks nice. I wish I had water.
I don't have it. Do you want us to wait while you go get water?
No, it's fine.
Why don't you go get water?
Oh, my God.
No, we'll all wait. Okay. Hold on. You know what? While you wait, I'll take a question from someone. I'm going to take it from this gentleman here who I know lives in New Orleans, sir. Are you thirsty right now?
I was thirsty, but then I got this.
What are you drinking so far? Wow, that sounds absolutely refreshing. Let me ask you, at this point have you learned anything so far?
So I've learned that the best way to not let people hear you chew gum is by chewing a quarter piece, not an entire piece.
That is great. Thank you. All right, mute him.
No.
Yeah, you got to mute him because we have to get started here.
He muted himself.
All right, great. All right, so the first thing,
go-getter.
the first thing that I want to get started with is something that I had said before, and this is how I ease people into it. And this goes against the guys, okay? Because this goes with photos, and I'm actually maybe guilty of this myself. This may be hard for them to hear. This is not for males who are married and have kids and do not care about getting their dicks sucked from strangers. Guys, in your lifestyle photos and when you go away on vacation, take your board shorts and throw them in the garbage.
And a board short, you mean this is something that is like a longer than mid-thigh. It's almost like when you had to do the hand.
Well, I don't want to put a length on it because there's still some shorts. Like I'm going to stand up right now. My shorts right now are pretty. They're pretty long.
Can you do like a little turn?
I can't because I didn't realize how tiny my little screen was. I had to do some calisthenics and it's too much. It's not so much the length, it's the style. Throw them out. That is one thing I would like to start with. And then I want to move on to what is the thing from you as far as flirting goes? When men approach you, when you see a photo of somebody, I never really understood why people were like, oh my God, their photos are so old. But now that we've been doing it for 20 years, I realized, I just got lazy and I haven't really replaced them. So I feel like maybe on our profiles, when we do our website.
Well, it's going to expire every year. And it's going to be blank and you have to go in and update. That's what I would do.
Yeah, my idea is this. You have an A column, you have a B column, you have a C column. Okay. And if somebody's interested in you, you have A, you have B, you have C. Now, like me, sometimes I fluctuate. I fluctuate my weight a little bit.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Sometimes I'm pale and a little softer. Sometimes my body's feeling a little this, a little this.
Right.
Now, in my profile picture, I look fucking awesome.
Right. Your tan is
I'm
fucking
selling the
ripped.
shit out of myself. Why wouldn't I? I look awesome.
Yeah.
This is the guy you want to fuck.
Come
right?
meet me.
Right. But then when you're like, hey, would you like to meet up? I say, hey, listen, just so you know, you're getting guy in album B. I need you to take a look at album B. Okay. He has far less abs. Okay. He's pale, but
Got a bit of scruff.
That's who you're getting right now. Okay.
This is who you're going to look for at the bar.
If you're still interested, that's awesome. But we all sort of go through these phases. I mean, not huge phases. I'm not talking like Christian Bale in The Machinist or what's his face in The Whale. Like not like, oh my God,
Right,
I'm morbidly obese now. But maybe different phases of
my
things.
winter weight or my COVID weight.
Anyway, I'm still developing the system. It's got some kinks.
Okay.
What was the question about what do you like in photos? I know what you like when you open a profile picture and it's just a picture of his penis.
It's my favorite. I don't really care what your junk looks like. I just don't care.
All right. What do you like?
A nice set of shoulders. So it can be a V is like super plus, but it doesn't have to be. Just like, hey, I take care of my body. Maybe I'm not the guy who works out the most at the gym, but I care. It says I brush my teeth. I shower. It's just, I care. That's it. Most of the time you're not going to get a face pic, but if I see someone walking up, I'm always drawn to their eyes first.
Interesting.
And if someone comes up, what is a turnoff for me, which kind of like an only in-person thing.
Is a guy in sunglasses.
Is it? Unless they're really cool.
All right. So I have a question for you people out there.
Okay.
Who on here, because I still see this, I see it often, and it's been happening since way back in the days of yore. Who out there has a profile where 99% of the profile, it's just photos of the gal? Okay, my friend who just raised his hand, get on your mic and explain to me, what's your deal, man? Do you not think that these ladies have any issue in not seeing you?
Listen, I can read the room pretty well.
We'll be right back.
All right, Lauren, I just wanted to mention bikini addiction. In the last episode, I had some trouble with the tagline. I said it wrong. Corporate was not happy. So this time what I did is I came up with a few very original taglines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip those in to the commercial, sort of dry run them, see how they go, slide them in, and tell me what you think.
Okay, great.
Bikini addiction, if you don't know, are magically delicious. They fit you amazingly. Tell them a little bit about Bikini Addiction.
Their pattern that they created for the bikini bottom is the perfect bottom. They have 3 different styles, the crystal and the thong, the scrunch back.
Now, most people say when they get into this fabric, they describe it as it being the happiest place on earth. So we want to say to you, when it comes to Bikini Addiction and deciding to buy, just do it. What else do you have to say that's great about Bikini Addiction?
You can shop while you're drunk if you want. There's only one top style and there's 4 bottom styles. So you just pick whichever one you like.
The feeling it gives you is confidence. And there are some things that money can't buy. And for everything else, there are MasterCard and other cards that you can use. What else is something great about Bikini Addiction?
They don't test on animals.
Just saved another dog's life. Thank you very much, society. This is the bikini to be in. And you want to drive that attention to you. That's why we call this the ultimate driving machine is the bikini from Bikini Addiction. You know what I mean? If you are trying to pick people up, then this will do it quick. It is the quicker picker-upper. Lauren, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I thought there was something wrong with my mic. Tell them where... I heard a snap, crackle, and a pop. Tell them where they can find Bikini Addiction.
Go to bikiniaddiction.com, put in promo code ROOM77, and you'll get 10% off. If you already have all the fabrics, they do have a custom site. It's bikiniaddictioncustoms.com.
Have it your way.
You can reach out to me, and I'll give you the password to get in and give you our Patreon-only 10% coupon off.
I am loving it.
Listen, I can read the room pretty well. You're not looking at me right now and I'm talking, Richard. So, I mean, let's face facts here. Let's call a spade a spade. You party with what brought you to the dance.
But that's not true, because here's the thing. I think, and this is on my list, I could show it to you now if I could pick up a laptop, but I'm too weak. I have it down here on my list, which is called Don't Ever Assume. And one of the things is we assume too many times that your turn-ons are what my turn-ons are. So my turn-on may be that you are a guy that she is really attracted to. So if I go onto a profile and I'm looking for a guy that I know that she would be attracted to, I can't figure it out. You are now a puzzle for me. You are now off my list, because as attractive and as hot as she is, and she is, her tits alone would get you a date. Don't get me wrong. However, not seeing you is a huge red herring.
It like trumps all.
And I have to say this, we've known you for a long time. I know you're like a man's man. This is not me coming on to you. You're an attractive man. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Yes, you lost half your face in a fire. But
Stop it.
But
So not right.
but
So I'm fucking Two-Face from Batman now?
I think there is a mentality out there where men think, hey, my lady is the prize here, and that's all I have to put out there. You can't assume that that's the case. Who would agree with me on that? Anybody? Okay.
She can talk best to this.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Well, so I don't know. We're probably pretty typical. I don't know. Maybe we're not. My husband does most of the curating because I just can't look at, right? So he does the curating. So he's going through looking for, similar as Richard, what you were just saying, for like guys that I'm going to be into. What we come across over and over is that the women are so much better kept than the men, just across the board. I know we have more stuff we can do. We've got cosmetics, we got hair, we got all this shit, right? So we can look better, but it's like the guys don't try. So it's kind of like, well, that's great if the woman's really hot, because that means he scores that night and I take one for the team. Let's say it all together in unison, but just theoretically, obviously that doesn't always happen, but that's what would happen if we were to act just on the strength of the attractiveness of the female and we didn't get to see much of the guy. And if you don't have good pictures of the guy up there, we assume there are none.
I agree with that. So I'm going to skip all the way down and I'm going to get this one off the list, which is don't assume. And this means don't assume in any arena. There have been so many times I've been alone with the guy where they've gone to the bar for a drink and a guy has made a comment to me where he says, the lady calls the shots. I mean, that's just how it works. In our particular relationship, that is not how it works. That is not how it works at all. She cannot say to me, this is not going to happen. And I cannot say to her, this is not going to happen. We come up with a mutual decision. Really, we're like, you wanna, are you into it enough? Are you into it enough? This is what I would like. This is what I would like. There are some, I imagine, who are where the woman makes the decision, or maybe the guy makes the decision. I don't know. There are plenty of people out there who assume that the way that they make the decisions in the relationship is the way that every couple in the relationship makes the decision. It's 2023, fellas. You have to start giving these ladies some power. Give up something in these profile photos. Give up something to make these...
To gawk at you.
Become an objectifiable figure for them, for the love of God.
Yeah, like you gotta equally participate and put yourself out there, because it's not fair for us just to be completely out there to be swipe left, swipe right kind of thing. And, it should be a group decision.
If anybody wants to close this topic down, please let me know, because I'm going to move on if anybody has any comments about this. But I think it is a huge misstep that is often just outdated. It's so 1950s. It's anybody who uses the term wife swapping, I will slap your face. What is a chattel? I got an extra goat at home too.
Where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same?
All right, Lauren, that's about it. We got to wrap it up. I am so happy that everybody joined us from Patreon. I hope to do that again. We have a part 2 to that because we had too much information, too many questions, too many topics. We had so much that we had to break it up. So we're going to give the other half of that at another time.
Yeah.
We're happy that the Patreons came on us. I wish they could. I wish that was a tier.
I know.
You know what I mean? It was just like, here, for $25, just walk into a room and come on us. That's worth it. But I feel like you'd have to sign up for a year.
Yeah, make it an
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Or if there was just like a way to teleport and you could just join, teleport down, maybe have a dinner and a little sex and then go home.
I don't like to have sex after I eat. Can we do sex and then dinner?
Yeah, sex dinner.
All right, that's better.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I feel like maybe we can build a room that's like a tier room. We'll call it the teardrop room. It's just a room. It's a little bit separate. And then they just knock. And they're like, hi, I'm here for the teardrop room. And we go, all right, customer number 1,562. And then we just go in there, bang the shit out of them. And then we're like, thank you for your donation.
Thank you.
This feels a lot like prostitution.
Except it's completely legal because it's under Patreon.
No, I don't think it is legal at all. Oddly enough, if we sold it as porn, then it is completely legal.
Isn't that weird?
A little weird. But I imagine all of this probably legal in Florida. Also, don't forget, I know it's early. It's like 5 months away, 4 months away. X Club, Toronto, June what?
June 9th.
We're going to be at the X Club that weekend. Stars and Stripes.
Maple Leafs.
Maple Leaf. Stars,
Stripes.
and Maple Leafs. You can go buy your tickets now. Make sure to meet us there. We may or may not strap Lauren to a table blindfolder and have everybody have a turn.
That's it. I mean, we're just working on the legal
legalities,
the layout of the club. And stuff.
We want to have a lot of fun. So Americans, make sure to come to Canada, and Canadians, make sure to also come to Canada. And we'll see you at the X Club. We're on the Facebooky page right now. Make sure to say hi to us. We'll say hi to you back. We enjoy meeting people before we get there. So reach out, say hello. Where do they buy tickets?
Yeah, you can go to our website to buy tickets, sunroom77life.com, and we have a link on there. We'll send you over.
We want to thank everybody. Remember, go to Patreon and support us. Please go over and use Lauren's box on the website if you want to travel, and go over and find our private Facebook group. We are getting ready right now. We have to go to Flirtation and build a bunch of stuff. Already tired. I hope my friends come with the penis medication. I plan on being shot
and
up.
antidote.
I just told him, I was just shoot me up every day.
Yeah.
I just want to walk around with a heart on every day. This is going to save me a lot of time. Because
Yeah.
I mean, hi, what's your name? Carol, Bob. Hey, Carol, bend over. Because I've been watching you from afar for a really long time. I really wanted to have sex with you. So if we could do it right here, right now. And then I have to go set up the band. So I hope he can keep me on that schedule.
How long can your dick be hard on that stuff?
I think 4 hours before it starts to get dangerous.
When does it start to hurt? Because you had it
for me, it
before.
started to hurt at like 2.5 hours, but it was engorged at that point. Like it was really.
And you
really,
weren't even wearing your cock ring.
I was not. I would not wear a cock ring and take that
At the same
injection
time.
at the same time. I would never do that. No, unless it's a cock ring that you can take off. I would not recommend that ever, unless you are like a pro. But I would not.
Unless you live next door to a hospital.
Because I mean, you show up at the hospital and you're like, "Hey, I shot my penis up and I'm wearing a cock ring. Yeah, I mean, we have two problems here. There's no place for the blood to go, so we got to cut that thing off.
Yeah.
With a Dremel.
A Dremel.
Right, a Dremel. And then we have to treat it to bring it down. So I would not recommend that, unless it's one of the cock rings you can cut off. I would not do a permanent cock ring and shoot your penis filled with Trimex or Bimex or Double Mex or whatever those mexes
living
are.
on the edge.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'm going to do it. We were talking about penises, peni at the beginning of this episode, and I'm still interested in that surgery. All I remember is it gives me the penis I want, and it's $18,000. So I gotta find $18,000. I gotta find the time and the guts to actually do it. But then there's the question of, as far as I know, it's scary, right?
It makes me squeamy.
I know, me too. I don't even like eye drops. Like, that's how squeamish I am. I like the way junk jewelry looks, even when it comes to like even piercings and stuff. Like, I like the way it looks, but even still, I'm like, whoa, if there's fishnets involved with that, I get a little bit like, ooh, careful. But that is something that I would love that surgery. I would. I forget what it's called though. And they put like a tube inside of you or something. But then I asked that question. It's like, am I too old? Like, what happens after that? Like, then what am I? I'm just a 7-year-old with a giant cock and nobody wants to fuck me. You know?
Maybe. I mean, you're not 70. You
will
got
be.
a few years left.
I mean, I feel like this is a surgery to do when you're 30.
And maybe 40.
That window's closed.
Yeah.
Then again, if you're going to do it and risk it, why not risk it now when you're like, well, you fucked it up. I can't ever have sex again, but I'm old, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't work anymore.
It's over. I have to divorce you. Good luck. All right. Well, listen, good luck at flirtation.
Oh, God, no.
I'm going to be doing it from here. We are going to try to bring everybody some photos and some great stuff. We will see you. Well, we won't see any of you unless you show up at our house for our new teardrop room. Everybody, we will see you at flirtation. All of our listeners are going. It's not true. If not, we'll see you at the X Club. Or maybe we'll see you in between. Maybe we'll throw another party in Florida because everything's legal there. And we're thinking about doing something on a barge. It's not true. I just made it up. But it's probably legal.
I'm ready. It's already been approved by the
Yeah, we can get that approved by today, I think. I think it's just an online form.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's Webster's, right?
We'll also be selling guns there. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go leave a positive review.
Or for more information, go to room77life.com.
Thanks for stopping by Room 77.
We had a blast.
Now get your clothes and get out.
So where